What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft with me, your boy Iggy. Today, you'll find me out here in the desert, standing in a body of water, looking out at the sunrise, trying to figure out, is this a good place for a squid farm? And as you can see, I've been kind of messing around here in the water, trying to come up with a 9x9 platform that is entirely in a river biome. So over here I've got my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all of which are river going this way, which is perfect. I've got my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is river going all the way this way, which is perfect. As you can see, we do have squid spawning in the area, which is good. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, come on, 9, perfect. And then we just got to make sure walking across this that this is all, in fact, river biome, which it is. Awesome. So it looks like this is going to be where our farm is going to be located. It's going to be in this little 9x9 square right here. And I'm going to be following a tutorial by fozzensir, who I believe is using a design originally by ilmango from his, I believe it's his Minecraft, Peaceful Minecraft series challenge. So yeah, here we've got our little 9x9. So it looks like now I'm going to have to go back, grab our sponges, and get started draining out this water. So once I've got it drained out a little ways in each different direction here, I think we should be good in terms of the ocean over there. We should be far enough away from that. But I do think all of this like excess water here in the immediate area is going to have to come out. So I am going to go ahead and run back to the base now that I've got, you know, what we need space-wise. I run back to the base and grab our beacon because there's going to be quite a bit of digging involved, as well as our sponges because we are going to need to drain all this other water out. So I will be right back with you once I've got my little temporary camp set up here, and we can get started on the project. I just needed a little break from the villager thing, and this farm seemed simple enough. So I figured we would give it a shot. So I will be right back with you. Alrighty, so we got our beacon constructed. We got our sponges on us. I didn't bring all of them. I just brought a handful because we probably won't need a ton. I figured I would just drain the area on the map here. Just kind of around where we are. So like the little bit up over there. And the little bit that continues off over there. And I think that should probably be enough that we don't run into any issues. I mean, there might be... Yeah, we'll just get this little section cleared on the map. But I did connect this to the nether. It is not that far from the base, but I connected it via the nether just so we would be able to come into here real quick. Hopefully not get swarmed by piglin. And then we can just drop our sponges and dry them out. And we grab our hoe. All picked up, nice and dry. Oh man, that's such a nice change that they did. Have some bed so we can sleep when we get to the other side. Perfect. All right. So if our spot is going to be going right there, and I believe you actually are supposed to be on Y64 when you build this, so we're just going to go ahead and re-outline the top of this at the correct Y level, and I'll probably need to grab some more stone. That's no big deal. But then we're going to have to go around and drain out all of this water. And I've found that the easiest way to drain out rivers is to basically just come along with a gravity block. So like sand or gravel. And luckily that's why we're actually doing this in the desert, because it makes it real easy to get these gravity blocks. And don't do that. That's not what you want to do. But you just want to sit there and just hold it on the top block, and then they will just fall until they reach the bottom. And we're just going to section this off. We're just going to go all the way across. Perfect. And then you're going to want to come either 3 or 4 blocks gap. You know what? We'll do 4 just because it's not super deep. But yeah, you're basically just going to create little walls 4 blocks apart. If you're doing this in an ocean, I recommend doing 3 if you're like trying to drain out around an ocean monument. But if you don't have to go that deep, you can do the 4. And we are already out of sand, so we're just going to be demolishing desert as we go here. Enough to finish our little section here, just to demonstrate. Alright, you know, it's actually probably easier to just do this from the end. You can actually make a redstone machine that does this too. It's just, I don't remember off the top of my head the way to build it. Perfect. Okay, so now that you've got your sections, you can take your sponge and you're just going to go back and forth like so. I usually place it 1 down, and you're just going to work your way along like so. And you'll grab your sponges back. Definitely don't want to lose those. They're kind of a rare block. And then, yeah, you're basically just going to repeat this until all of your rivers are dried up. So I'm going to go ahead and just work my way up the river here, gradually clearing it all out. And once I've got it all drained, we will join back up and get on with the farm. So I've got some draining, and then I've got some digging. So it's going to take me a bit, but we'll be right back. Alrighty, well, it is the next day, and I am proud to say that I have got all of the river over here all drained out. That's where the farm's going to go. Let me go up kind of high here. As you can see, all the river that wrapped around in here. I didn't go that far out because I didn't think we would need to, but all this was river. All of that was river, all the way wrapping back around in here was river. This was all river. So yeah, I would say that based on the farm being right here, there should not be, I mean, that water over there may hurt our rates a little bit, but I'm thinking otherwise we're going to be good. So right here, we've got our 9x9. So this is where the actual farm is going to be. So the next step is we are going to have to go ahead and dig. I believe it's 3 out from the perimeter of the 9x9. I will have to double check that, but yep, basically we're going to have to dig all this down to Y level 30. Because that is where all of our hoppers and collection are going to go. And basically the way this farm works is every other block up here in this 9x9, so it's going to be a 5x5 if I'm not mistaken. So there'll be 25 water sources that are falling down and land on a open fence gate, which prevents them from going all the way down. The squids will spawn in those little 1 block apart water sources, and then they'll kind of fall out or sink to the bottom, and then they will fall to their death, perish, and a hopper system will collect all the drops. And I think actually this block right here should be desert, so we can use that for a item elevator to bring the things back up. So I'm going to go ahead and double check just how far out from this I need to dig and just how deep we actually need to go, and then I will be right back with you and we'll do some digging. So we'll see you in just a sec.
What we do here is go back.
Alrighty, so now we are down here at the bottom of our pit, currently standing at Y29, and that is because we are going to be placing hoppers that will be sitting on top of this block so that they will be, when standing on top of them, will be at Y30. So basically right here, what we are setting up is the collection system. And so we are going to have a dropper facing right here, facing into what will be a water stream or water elevator right here that will carry our items up to the surface. So I'm just going to go ahead and real quick get a tube in. It just goes all the way up. And then once I've got that, we'll rejoin back up and talk about setting up the actual farm. So You want to go ahead and make sure that like where you place this is not in my camera is blocking. Hold on one sec. There, as you can see, I'm currently in a desert right now where the water stream is going to be, and that is key because that means that squids will not be spawning in your squids will not be spawning inside of your collection system tube. So as soon as I get that in, I will be right back with you. Like I said, we've got our 9x9 down here and then 3 blocks out each direction. So that's going to be key. So we've got our 9x9 square up there, and that's going to be at Y64. And then you dig down to 29, and then down here is where the collection system is going to be. So like I said, I just got to get the tube in, and then we will go from there. So I will see you in just a moment. Alrighty, so down here, I went ahead and just installed a basic clock, super basic, just 2 observers looking at each other, and then there is a solid block under the dispenser, which is getting powered by these 2. So then anything that goes into the dispenser gets spat out right there. We'll get shot up the water elevator and taken to our collection system. And actually, I think, I'm not 100%, but let's go ahead and sleep before we do anything else. Inventory. Oh, okay, let's see. So we're not going to need dropper. We're not going to need the 2 observers. We are going to need 1 sticky piston. Oops. That. Let's use that. We're going to come up. Like that. Sticky piston. Place it like that. And then I believe if we pick that up, yeah, there we go. And then put it back down with a piston, it actually greatly speeds up the rate of that thing. So that's good. I'll definitely take that over the slow trickle we had going on before. Okay, so at this point, let me go ahead and put this stuff away. Soul sand away, we're not going to need that. We will eventually need the kelp. Sticky piston, I guess I will just hold on to. And I am like hurting for... I need an empty shulker so I can store some of this stuff. Okay, so now that you've got your hopper clock, or not your hopper clock, your observer clock going into your dispenser, on either side, you're going to have a hopper going into your dropper, not your dispenser, I'm sorry. So then, what we're going to go ahead and do is, let's see, make sure I actually have enough room to, like, pick these up. You know, we're going to need that one in a second, but not just yet. Actually, better yet, let's go ahead and set you over there. And this is just my miscellaneous BS box. For that one, we can chuck just right there. And then this one actually is also just a miscellaneous BS box. So that's the one that we'll actually put the stuff into. So that and that. I guess we can chuck the torches in there for the time being, just so we have the inventory space. Again, I don't want you diorites. So go there. Pick that up, stick that in there, right in the middle, perfect, okay, and then empty, just go ahead and put that right there, grab our ender chest. Okay, so now from this point, you've got your 9x9, right, and so from these 2 hoppers right here on either side, you are just going to bring those all the way out to the center block in that, so not like the dead center, but like one next to it, so the 5th block in. And then you're going to do that the same on this side. Until you're on the 5th block in right there. And then on the center one, you're going to bring that all the way back to one past the 9x9 area. So to right there. So the bricks represent our 9x9 and then just the one right after. Now what you're going to go ahead and do is, it's probably wise to do this now before we put the rest of the hoppers in, but we are going to tower up. You can use temporary blocks for this, or you can use scaffolding. And you're going to come up to 44 because you want to be standing on 45. And basically what you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to get, I'm going to use wool so I can mark it out so you guys can see, but basically you're going to make your 9x9 starting with, so the blue is going to represent where your water is going to be, and then the black is just the in-between space. So we're going to go starting with the blue, and that is on the corner of our 9x9 area. So we're going to go blue, black, blue, black, blue, black, blue. And this, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you should be ending on blue. And then you're just going to go ahead and do a grid pattern all the way around. Should be ending in blue, so there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Perfect. So then basically on all of our, we're just going to grid this. So let's go ahead and get all those in. So just give me a moment to get the rest of the grid in, and then I will show you the next step. Okay, so at this point, our 9x9 is now marked out with the wool, and this is just for me to, you know, show you guys so you have a visual representation. So our water columns are going to be going where the blue is. So basically, we're not going to need any of the black wool, so we're going to be taking those out. But what you're going to be doing is on all 4 sides of these blue ones, you're going to want to put a fence gate, and you're going to open all those fence gates once you've got them all in. And in addition to being on all 4 sides, so we're going to be removing the black wool, and we're actually going to be removing the blue wool as well, but that's once we got the fence gates in. You're also going to want a fence gate that's open underneath this block. So right now we are at Y45 standing here, which I believe is correct, because once we, did I do this one too low? You know what, let me double check, because I might have, I think when we're standing on the fence gate, yeah, I built this one too low. So you actually want to be at 46. So if you were standing on one of these fence gates, that would be at, Y45. So basically what I'm just going to go ahead and do is one of these, and then just go ahead and pull these bottom ones out. So yeah, basically this is what we're, actually this might make it a little bit easier, because then we can just do this. So then on all the black ones here, we're gonna just go ahead and place the fence gate. So and then we'll just open all these so we can actually walk through them. And then on the sides of the blue ones here, we are actually going to go ahead and just place a temporary black wool all the way around, just so we can get that outer side block to keep the water streams contained. It's not open. be open. That's gotta be open. These ones down here should not be there. Okay, perfect. So then we'll just do that. And same thing, just work our way around. Which means then on top of, let's just get the rest of these opened up. You want to make sure all of these are open. Otherwise, it's going to affect your farm in a negative fashion. All right, so then we're going to go around and on all these black ones that we just put, we're going to go ahead and place and open a trapdoor. So that way we've got them on all four sides of the water blocks. And actually, yeah, it worked out that we built our floor at Y level 45 because that will allow us, actually, you know what, we're going to make my life a whole lot easier and just go ahead and grab these bad boys. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to get our let's see, so these were the ones that were on the outside, so we're not going to need those. So basically, where a blue block would be, so like, let's see. I'm like psyching myself out here. So let's just get rid of these so I can see the see the 9x9 the way we're supposed to see it. Okay, so now that you've got something like this, what you can do is you can basically come to your blue blocks like so and remove those and then place an open fence gate, and then you can get rid of, well, if you'll leave the black ones because you'll need those to place it against, but then once you've got it, you can go ahead and remove those. So I'm just going to go ahead and take out all of the blue wool and place a fence gate. That way when you're standing on the fence gate, you are at 45 because that's what you want. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done, and then I'll be right back with you. Alrighty, so now you should have all your fence gates up there, and they kind of look like a jumbled mess right now, but keep in mind you still have your original border up there at the very top, your 9x9 that kind of outlines all of this, so that's going to be important. But now what we're going to do for the hoppers is you are basically, from the sides here, you are going to come all the way out one past your 9x9. So you're just going to run all these until they are one. Oh, I went two. See? So yeah, you're going to bring all these out so they are all one pass. So there's only a 2-block gap between your hoppers and your walls. So let me go ahead and get all of these hoppers ran. And like I said, you're going to make sure that you want to shift click and run all of these into the hoppers that are going forward to your dropper over there. And you'll have to excuse the ticking. I know it is very annoying, but I'm just going to go ahead and cut and get these in so you don't have to listen to it. So I will be right back with you. Okay, so now you got all your hoppers in, and standing on those, you should be around Y level 30. And I hope I didn't build this one too low, but I don't think it matters if I did. I'll have to double check and let you guys know, but I believe you're supposed to be standing on 30.5, so we're going to have to put a top half slab on these. So we're just going to go ahead, get our stone cutter put down, and then I'm just going to grab some stone. You know what? We'll use stone bricks because they look nice. And then, yeah, you are just going to cover all of your hoppers with top half slabs. That way, the drops will still get collected through the slabs, because what's going to happen is we're going to have a bunch of water streams up there, and the squid will spawn in the streams, and then they will kind of fall out of them, land down here. Their drops will then get picked up by our hoppers, sent into our water elevator that we will have over there, and then we will be collecting all the drops up at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and get these slabs in, and then we will move on to the next step. Okay, so up here at the top, what we're going to go ahead and do first is get our collection system. So this is our tube coming up from our dropper. Basically, in front of the front one, we have a hopper going into a chest, another hopper under it going into a chest. It'll always prioritize going down, so it'll go into that chest first. Then that one, this can be expanded as far down as you like. I'm just doing 2 for now. We're going to go ahead and bring glass forward until it is 1 over the chest, like so. You then are going to place your water source, let's see, right here, so it will flow down and forward to your hopper. And then we are going to swim all the way down with our kelp, and I really hope I have enough. And we are just going to gum all the way up. We get a nice bubble stream all the way to the top. Perfect. Now we can go all the way back down, get rid of all of these. And this should all be water sources now. It's so nice that you can plant kelp on the soul sand. Okay, and we go right back up. Perfect. And get launched out the top, which we don't want. So we are going to put a roof on this. So now the ink sacs will come up, go forward, picked up by the hopper, into the chest. We're all set there. All right, so now let's go over to our 9x9 grid, which is going to be marked out here by the stone. And we are basically just going to go ahead and every other block do a blue wool like we did before, because this is where our water sources are going to go. So starting on the corner, blue, and then I'm just going to alternate with glass, because you are going to need a roof on this thing. So it's just blue, glass, blue, glass, blue, glass, and so on and so forth. And we're going to do that around for the entire 9x9. And then with your glass, you're going to come out by 3 on all sides and then connect it. So you should have a big glass square with wool in the middle. All right, so let's go ahead and get that put in, and then I will be right back with you. Alrighty, so now that you've got your platform, and so basically these should be lined up with where you had your blocks before. You could have even towered up from down there to Y64 here. But now what we're going to do is we are just going to go ahead and remove all of these and replace them with water. And hypothetically, it should land right on the fence and stop, which means we did it right. Perfect. So now I'm going to go ahead and replace all of these blue wool with water. And once I've got that in, we'll set up the AFK platform and the farm will be all done. So I'll be right back with you. Alrighty, so now that you've got all of your water columns in and everything looks good, you're going to want to come to the corner that is probably the farthest away from any water, which for me I would say is this direction. And we're just going to come out one. We're going to do this diagonally. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Should be good. And then we'll just go ahead and get rid of those. And then we are going to pillar up to, we're going to go up 64 blocks. So we're going to go up to Y128. And that is where our AFK spot is going to be. So we'll just go ahead and tower all the way up here, use this full stack. Because I believe the salmon can spawn within like 20 blocks or something like that, and squid can spawn within like 64. I'll link the original video that I followed so you can get an idea. So let's see, we're going to want this one to be 128. So that's where we are actually going to put our standing platform. And I figured I would make mine out of quartz so we know that we stand on the sea lantern. And I'm just going to come out 3 blocks in every direction, just so I've got a somewhat easy to land on platform with the elytra. since I will be flying up here. Same over here. 1, 2, 3. And then one thing that you're definitely not going to want to forget is to make yourself a little head covering so that you don't get attacked by phantoms while you are up here. So I just do a little 3x3, 2 blocks up above my head. This way the whole platform is lit by our sea lantern here. Our head is nice and covered. And yeah. So basically right now you can see actually we've got squid spawning and falling to their death. So this thing, there's a whole bunch of them. The rates actually look like they are pretty good. And I'm not even like directly on the AFK spot, so I'm technically a little bit closer than I should be. You do not want to build this AFK spot directly above the farm. Do not do that. That's why I said come out roughly 6 blocks diagonal from one of your corners. And I chose this corner because the water is the furthest away, being way over there. There's a little bit way over there too. And then I think there might actually be some somewhere buried in the forest there, but that shouldn't count because it's not a river. They're just ponds, and squids won't spawn in the little ponds. I'm a little bit concerned. I think that's desert right there, and that should be desert. That's definitely probably mostly river, but I think it's far enough away. Like, because it's 128 blocks. So, I mean, if I'm at, what is it? Let's see, negative 223 right now. I guess I could do the math and fly out. So let's see. 210, let's see here. So, well, actually, let's go to the center spot, which is 220. So plus 128 would be 348. So let's go ahead and just head out to 348 and see if that is within. So yeah, 348 is right here. So we are good to go. Yeah, we should not have any issues with conflicting bodies of water. I totally missed that. Again, goodness. This is pretty embarrassing, but so yeah, that is how you do the squid farm. Like I said, I will leave a link to the tutorial that I followed in the description below. And next episode, I will give you some info about what kind of rates we're getting from AFKing up here. But I think that's where we are going to have to call the episode for today. As always, thanks for joining me. I always appreciate having you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button if you liked the video. Hit the dislike if you didn't. Don't forget to leave me a comment because I always love reading your guys' comments. Hit the bell button when you hit the subscribe button so you're notified every time a new video comes out. And be sure to check me out on Twitter, Twitch, and Patreon, all of which are at Iggy Haxer, for all the latest updates for what I got going on, whether it be streams, new content, all that fun stuff. So look forward to seeing you there, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Hope you have a great day. As always, bye-bye.